Alright, Sig coming at you here. Want to do a quick review. I know the title says Versus, and a lot of people might give me crap for that, but guess what? It's my video. I can compare and verse whatever I want. Some might say, oh, well, these two pistols serve different purposes. You can't take one or the other. If you only had one pistol, which one would you take? But if you had two, let's compare them. So anyway, these are my two favorite. I love them to death. When I go to the range, these are always the two that I bring. I'll bring others if I can, but these will be the primary two that I bring. So let's just go into my absolute favoritist of favoritist, the Sig 220 45. Let's do a quick review of the Sig. For those who are new to this channel, new to SigNut, the dot the eye, a little different than some, but anybody who shot the M9 knows how to dot the eye. Safety features. If you notice, this does not have a external safety. It doesn't need it. It has 4 internal safety mechanisms. We'll go over a few of them just briefly. It has a firing block, which prevents the firing pin from moving forward until the trigger has moved all the way to the rearward position and moved that block up and out of the way. Another thing you'll notice is that the firing or the hammer is not resting on the firing pin. It's actually in a notch, a safety notch, so it cannot touch the firing pin. So if it was dropped accidentally, negligently, it will not fire. Like most people say, never grab for a falling firearm. You will more likely fire the weapon trying to grab for it than it will the likelihood of it firing when dropped. That hammer would have to break in order for it to actually hit the firing pin. The second feature, or one of the third features that I'll talk about, is the decocker. If you notice, lefties, don't shy away from this gun. This gun can be handled superbly left-handedly. In fact, many times when I'm carrying a rifle, I will load my secondary weapon in a left-hand firing position, because I figure if my primary weapon goes down, most likely my right hand might be injured or incapacitated of some kind. So I need to have access to my secondary weapon with my secondary hand. So let me show you how easy it is to operate this weapon left-handed. Insert a blank magazine, clear, release. So left-handed, operate the decocker. Wow, amazing, easy, just train it. And about the magazine release, wow, index finger. So there you have it. There's the Sig 220. Oh, let's get the weight real quick here. So the absolute unloaded weight, 1 pound 13 ounces, so 29 ounces. There's an unloaded magazine in there. Basically 2 pounds, so 32 ounces. And just so you can kind of get an idea of the realistic weight of how much this will weigh, a loaded magazine will be 2 pounds 5 ounces, and you throw another loaded magazine on there, you're pushing almost 3 pounds. So that would 3 pounds loaded weight. So let's unload that real quick. Another thing you'll notice is this is a typical Browning lock breech design. So the Sig Mosquito. This is by far one of the funnest guns to shoot, and when I say funnest, I mean funnest because I can shoot a zillion rounds through it and not break the bank. The price of ammunition, typically a range day for me, I have about $50 typically to spend. That will buy me about 2 boxes of 45 at today's prices, which 100 rounds goes pretty darn quick. And so for a few bucks extra, I can throw in a couple hundred rounds of 22. The biggest difference you'll notice in this Sig Mosquito versus the 220 is it has an external safety. The big question is why? I'll tell you quite honestly, I don't know. My guess is because the return spring is so light on the Mosquito, the 22 caliber version, is that in order for it to be considered drop safe, and stringent states and countries, they needed that external safety to make it be considered drop safe, so that if you dropped it, the little bit of inertia wouldn't bring the slide back to contact the hammer. So let's get into the loaded weight. So empty, bare bones empty. You're looking at 1 pound 7 ounces, so roughly 24 ounces empty, and with a empty magazine you're looking at basically 26 ounces, and with a loaded magazine, this only has 8 rounds in it. I typically only load 8 so that I can consistently fire and train my body for a consistent 8 rounds. That only adds another ounce, so 27 ounces loaded. Let's throw. So there you have it. Quick review. I promised a quick review. I try and keep them under 10 minutes. And there you have it, my 2 favorite SIGs.